So this morning at the YMCA, I had a situation while I was working out. I was working my chest, biceps, and hamstrings this morning. And this was during the part I was doing my hamstrings. So I'm going to set the table with this debacle situation. So I was using the leg curl machine and the lying leg curl machine. I was using the lying leg curl machine to do hip thrusts with. And I was doing a superset. So I was going back and forth, back and forth. And there was an older gentleman in the middle doing leg extensions with the leg extension machine. So he saw me going back and forth because I was doing a superset. So he decides that he wants to use the leg curl machine. I mean, I have no problem if he wants to use the leg curl machine, but all he had to say was like, "Can I work in?" Because the majority of my stuff was at that leg curl machine, meaning I was occupying it, even though I was going to the laying leg curl machine to do hip thrusts with. I was going back and forth. Call it superset. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. So when someone's doing a superset, they either be like, "You can work in with me if you want," or you ask them, "Can I work in?" And then they say yay or nay type of thing. Then there's no big deal to have a big situation over it basically. So he knew after I got off that lying leg curl machine from doing hip thrusts, I was gonna go back to the leg curl machine to work my hamstrings because that's what I was basically doing. He knew I was gonna be coming back, so he decides to say to me that you can't monopolize the equipment. And I was like, no one's monopolizing equipment, because I told him, I was like, you saw me going back and forth. You saw that no one was using the leg curl machine, the lying leg curl machine. And so you knew that I was going back and forth doing a superset. So I'm like saying to myself, what's the big deal? But see, when he had that tune with me, you can't be monopolizing equipment and I'm going to use the leg curl machine, I was like, okay, now we got a problem. We got a problem because you impeded me from getting my stuff, because you see the majority of my stuff is there. Anyone with common sense would have been like, can I work in? Because you saw me. That's what I'm getting at with this situation. He saw what I was doing. Why didn't he just open his goddamn mouth and say, can I work in? Gym etiquette 101 right there. Can I work in? But no, he couldn't say that. He had to be a douche about it and talk about, oh, you people can't be monopolizing the equipment, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I don't give a damn about monopolizing the equipment. You saw what I was doing. You saw that no one else was using the lying leg curl machine, so I was utilizing it too because I was doing a superset. That's what I was doing. Wow, I was like, oh my gosh, just drama over nothing, right? So I was like, this is when I suggested to him, because he was being nasty with me and everything. I suggested to him, I was like, look, all you had to say was, can I work in? And then he gonna be nasty with me and be like, well, can I work in? I'm like, dude, I was kind of like this personally. I was like, what is your problem? Like, what is your problem? Like, this is not a big deal and everything. Because I'm going back to, like, he saw what I was initially doing. Like, I know he wasn't, like, blind to the world and couldn't see what I was doing. He saw what I was doing. But see, he wanted to be a douchebag about the situation and make a scene about it. And then just get on the leg curl machine where he sees my weightlifting belt, my sports bottle with my BCAs in it, and my gallon jug of water, and my cell phone is like right there at the machine. Like, he sees all that, but he's like, oh, whatever type of thing. So basically what he's doing now is he's impeding me from getting my stuff because I had to change my workout and everything. I had to change it up because since this douchebag right here wants to talk about monopolizing equipment and everything, I'm like, okay, let me get my shit so I can, like, go do something else type of thing. Because that's what I had to do because he just wanted to be a douche about it. I mean, he could have worked in with me. I would have had no problem with it and everything would have ran smoothly. But with that being said, I was not about to roll over and let this older gentleman say this bullshit to me like that and everything with that tune. So I was like, look, all you had to do was say, can I work in and anything? So, I was like, okay, I got my stuff and everything. And you know what? I was a little nasty about it too and everything because when oh my gosh, every time I try to make these, every time I make these videos, I guess everything is my favorite word. So please forgive me for the everything because I'm not trying to say everything. So, getting back to the video, right? So I wait until he's done, right? I wait until he's done because he clearly upset at me and everything. He upset at me because I was just like, wow, I can't believe this is going on. So when he got done with the electro machine, I asked him, I was like, so are you done now? I'm like, all right, so are you done now? Because he knew that I was initially using that machine before he got his body onto it. And so from there, I just spoke to the YMCA employee and I just told him that was there or whatever. I just told him like, hey, all he had to do was say, can I work in? So the older gentleman saw that I was talking to the YMCA employee, so he had to reiterate it again and come back into the conversation and stuff, and then started talking about can't be monopolizing equipment, and I'm like, dude, when I wasn't trying to not monopolize equipment, you saw what I was doing. I go back to the common sense thing. You saw what I was doing. So in the midst of at this time, he's like, giving the YMCA employee his side of the situation. And so he describes me as like this guy. And I was like, hell no, I'm not about to be misgendered by some older gentleman up in this YMCA this morning. It ain't about to happen. Hell fucking no. So I called him out on it. I was like, she. And so that's when he tried to be, when I said she, that's when he, that's when he was like, well, she. I was like, you know what? I ain't got time for this mess this morning. The devil is a liar because I ain't got time for this mess this morning. So I was like, you know what? I said to myself, I was like, that man better stay out my way from here on out. When he see me, he better go in a different direction because I am not about to be tolerating that mess from anybody. I don't care who you are because I'm not about to roll over and have someone misgender me right in front of my face and sit up there and be like, hey, I'm like, do you see this ponytail? Do you see what I'm working with? Like, come on, give me a break. Yeah, so I'm forgetting this little situation that didn't happen this morning. I'm gonna go about my day because that was just a moment in time. But the underlying thing from this is like, I'm not just about to roll over for anybody. When I see someone doing something I see wrong, I'm gonna call them out on it. And that was just flat out wrong. Like, it didn't even have to go to that level. It didn't even have to go there. All he had to say was like, can I work in? Problem solved. But he wanted to take it there. And show his ass. And I showed my ass too because I was like, you know what? I'm not about to have this guy talk to me like that, misgendering me. So with that being said, everybody, y'all have a good day. Bye.